Faith is the most successful scam in human history. It promises strength, wisdom, morality, justice, and meaning, but it delivers none of those things. What if that which you trusted most was actually keeping you weak, passive, and controlled? Millions rely on faith to make sense of their lives, to feel comfort, guidance, and purpose. But that comfort is a lie, self-deception at its finest. Today, we're exposing the illusions faith feeds you, the hidden ways it holds you back, divides you, and keeps you from facing reality. The illusion of action. Faith teaches that inaction is a virtue. Put it in God's hands or pray for it. Replaces action with passivity. Imagine a parent praying for their child's health instead of seeking medical care. It happens, and they suffer, and they die. Or a community praying for famine relief while resources go uncollected or mismanaged. Prayer feels like action, but it's not. It's an emotional placeholder. Faith convinces you that worldly problems aren't yours to solve. You see suffering, injustice, or disaster and are told it's God's plan. Floods, famines, wars, they are absolved of human responsibility because faith insists divine forces are at work. People waiting on miracles fail to move their hands, feet, and minds in ways that actually improve the world. You're told your thoughts and prayers are more powerful than tangible effort, and in the process, you stop acting. Faith makes inaction appear noble, and that illusion costs lives, opportunities, and progress. The illusion of community. Religious communities promise connection, support, and share moral purpose. Yet what often exists is social control, masquerading as love. You are celebrated for conformity or punished, subtly or overtly, for questioning, leaving, or disagreeing. Faith communities cultivate moral superiority, creating a rigid us versus them mindset. Those outside the community are easy to blame or dehumanize, reinforcing obedience internally. Social ostracism, shaming, and fear of exclusion maintain loyalty. Community, which could be a source of encouragement and empathy, instead becomes a mechanism to enforce behavioral norms, silence doubt, and limit independent thinking. People cling to it for comfort, unaware it may be the cage that keeps them from thinking, acting, and connecting honestly with the world beyond their circle. The illusion of a personal relationship. Believers are told they have a personal relationship with God, that they are chosen, special, and watched over. This illusion gives a false sense of significance and security. The result? You prioritize imagined divine attention over tangible human connection. Psychologically, this creates a feedback loop. Feeling chosen can justify self-interest or inaction because God has it covered for you. You may ignore pressing real-world problems because you assume divine oversight will resolve them because God has it covered for you. The illusion makes you dependent on belief rather than initiative. You begin to measure your value by faith adherence rather than by actions or character in the real world. It is a self-delusion dressed as intimacy with the divine, a dangerous, passive substitute for actual engagement. How many friends or family members have you lost because you prioritize a relationship with an imaginary being? The illusion of morality. Faith asserts that moral guidance is perfect because it's divine. But moral codes are human constructs, interpreted and enforced by humans, often fallible and inconsistent. History is full of atrocities justified by divine command. Holy wars, slavery, oppression, witch hunts. Faith encourages obedience to these codes, often without question. You are told moral clarity comes from Scripture, not reasoning. Acts of compassion can be ignored if they conflict with dogma. What is framed as a pure moral compass can become a license for cruelty, exclusion, or apathy, all sanctioned by belief. Faith does not guarantee virtue. It guarantees submission. The illusion of wisdom. Faith claims to be couched in wisdom, yet it systematically rejects evidence, reason, and critical thinking. Wisdom is gained by questioning, analyzing, and learning. Faith demands belief without scrutiny. This has profound societal consequences. People abandon reason in politics, governance, and daily lives, voting for leaders who exploit their beliefs for power. Those who support policies that harm others while thinking they are righteous. Personal decisions are influenced less by reality and more by dogma. Faith trains you to accept what is told, dismiss what is observed, and equate obedience with understanding. Just having faith in God does not a wise man make. The illusion of justice. Faith promises justice, often in the next life or as part of God's mysterious plan. This encourages complacency. Injustice, suffering, and cruelty can be rationalized or ignored. People who might act against wrongdoing instead wait for divine resolution. They watch the powerless struggle, the corrupt thrive, and the innocent suffer, believing justice will come eventually somewhere else. The human cost is immense. Real-world suffering is tolerated, delayed, or excused because faith convinces followers that earthly action is unnecessary. The illusion of justice pacifies, neutralizes, and immobilizes. The illusion of truth. Faith insists truth is revealed, not discovered. Critical thinking is framed as rebellious, doubt becomes sin, and questioning is discouraged. In fact, doubt and questioning are the exact opposite of faith. This undermines curiosity and suppresses inquiry. Believers are trained to accept assertions without evidence, to prioritize belief over investigation. Faith rewards certainty, punishes skepticism, and discourages learning. The human mind, capable of discovery, reason, and reflection, is confined within boundaries defined by dogma. The illusion of truth replaces exploration with obedience, inquiry, and doctrine. The illusion of meaning. Faith often prepackages life purpose. Your purpose is written, simple, and externally defined. There is no need to explore, to challenge, or to grow. This convenience comes at a cost. Personal discovery, self-determined goals, and human connection are replaced by the comfort of predefined narratives. Life becomes scripted rather than lived, and the richness of human experience is traded for a promised reward that may never come. Meaning becomes something you receive, not something you forge. I find it interesting how people who claim to get all of their meaning from a God can't understand how we can find meaning without it. Faith promises comfort, wisdom, morality, justice, and meaning. It delivers none of these. In truth, it replaces action with passivity, reasoning with dogma, compassion with ritual, and curiosity with obedience. It tells you the world's problems are in God's hands while we watch the world burn. It tells you doubt is sin, while doubt is the real tool that actually could set you free. Set down the illusions, step into the real world, my friends. A world where your actions matter more than prayers, where compassion is a deed, not a verse, and where truth is discovered, not dictated. If you like my videos, click over here, and if you're into the Atheist Top 10s thing, click here. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.